All right, it's a college basketball show, okay? March Madness is what we call it. Yeah, we got your boy Kurt. You are the cover boy on the RPS YouTube page today. You with a fucking mustache. So good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. We got the Elite Eight. We got two teams into the Final Four now. We got the other two that are going to find out if they're there. We're going to give you some DFS plays and give you some winners. Huge day for you guys yesterday, by the way, Kurt. What the hell were you in? Was Stevie even here? Was Stevie?
No, we don't. Stevie bailed on us. It was just
all right.
Kurt.
So that's maybe this is good. You know, maybe this will go well today. What happened, Tony? It was a huge day yesterday.
Yeah, I ranted yesterday about how I'd been picking losers. I wasn't happy with myself, and we dug deep. I said the DFS slate was easy. We dug in deep in the DFS, printed on both. I mean, we came on the show and we said to play one or two pieces from the early game, and just jam the late game, play the under early. It went under by 30 points or so. Play the over late. It should have gone over. It definitely was an over game, and then they didn't foul with a minute left, but that was the only loser. I mean, if you follow DF or Run Pure Bets, it was a good night. A lot of winners were picked, and the DFS side crushed too. So Kurt almost shipped again, just like last week. Bunch of winners on the show. We got to run it back today now.
All right, we're going 2-unit bets today, Tony. 2-unit bets today, buddy.
Just because of Kansas is in there, you're getting a little excited. I've never heard good. 2 units.
I'm feeling good today. Oh, I don't even know if Kansas is going to win this game, so I'm a little nervous.
You've said that the last couple. You do your little pessimistic, like, I don't know if we're going to win. You put on your Kansas gear, and yeah, that's what you do. That's your move.
We'll see. We'll see. There's been a lot of March sadness, Tony. When you've been in Kansas for 30 years, there's been a lot of great teams that have not done it. But today, we'll see. It should be a fun game. I'm interested in the pace of that game. Kurt, hopefully you get your text done. Who are you texting? Was your mama or your workout partner? Your spotter?
No, I got to send the link to my grandma. I got to send the link to grandma. Come on.
Oh, grandma's going to watch too? Well, make sure you don't stick your tongue in the camera.
Holden, when everyone came to my house, Kurt brings his dad. His dad's like the funniest dude ever. He was killing me out in the garage.
Yeah.
He brought me 2 Cuban cigars, bought me a bottle of alcohol. Like he was playing poker with the boys. They were loving it. Like it was a funny dude. You can see where Kurt gets it from.
You brought your dad, huh? Good job.
Well, I never get to see them. Like I only see them like once every 3 or 4 months. So I was like, let's go to Cincinnati. Mom can do her shopping. And then one of the days Dad can come, and hopefully one of the days that Son's busy. So he came through and it was a good time. He's funny. Dude.
Sounds wonderful. Talk to me here. Is Duke going to take this goddamn thing and just make all of us sick? After they're starting to play really good basketball, man. It's not good,
but they look so good. If they keep playing like that, there's no way. Kansas is the only team that can be if they keep playing like that.
Oof. What do you think, Tony? After watching last night, what Duke has been doing right now, like it wasn't supposed to play out like this, but it is now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Duke fan either. And the problem is, they're rounding into form. They got the Coach K narrative. They got the best player left in the tournament in Paulo. And I'm going to be rooting against them for sure. But, man, it's starting to look that way. And the bracket opened up a little bit, although Carolina is tough. The next thing that's going to happen for friggin' Duke is somehow St. Peter's will win and just give them a free wind into the finals.
Oh.
We need Carolina to win at least to give us that classic matchup.
I don't know. That North Carolina Duke matchup would be over. Like if it was in the championship game, forget it. But still in the Final Four with Coach K going out, like I was thinking about buying tickets. All right, I'll dip into the retirement account. I'll go down. I'll see if Kansas gets in there. There's no way. If Coach K is in the final, how are you going to end up? Tickets are going to be like $20K to get in there. So I hope, I'm not happy about this at all on a lot of different levels. But listen, that's what happens. You guys rolled yesterday. We're going to roll again today. It's going to be great. Let's get into our first game, Kurt. Oh, by the way, hit the like button. I woke up 25 minutes before this show. I was getting ready for NASCAR, and then I was like, Tony, let's go do this. So he's like, yeah, we're going in 10 minutes. Let's go. JSU is watching this show right now. He doesn't have to do anything. It's just a wonderful, wonderful morning to be alive, everybody. Simon sent me some marketing points. Push that like and subscribe. So I'll push it at you. There's a like button. You should hit it. There's a subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner. You should hit it, and then you'll get all of our notifications for all of our amazing things. Kurt, why are you in the chat talking about going to the tanning bed when you could just say it on the air? People don't have to read it.
Well, I'm just responding to Gavin. Gavin shipped yesterday. Gavin,
out of it, dude.
That team was the nuts, Gavin. Good stuff yesterday. All of us were at the top. I mean,
what's Gavin's best play? What's Gavin's bet today? What's Gavin's best play today? Throw it in there, Gavin. Gavin's a sharp dude, right?
Of course he is. What do you mean? Having the goat.
He runs a sanitation business out in
How
South
is he up
Dakota.
right now? It's like 7 a.m. in Cali or something, or wherever he is, Washington, somewhere that time.
He's up and Stevie's not.
In a bunker.
Amazing. Truly amazing. All right, Kansas and Miami here. Okay. You want to start with let's start with the totals and all the other bullshit. We got 6.5. So I'm seeing 5.5 now at Fox Bet. The total 146.5, 147, 147.5. So before we get into the plays here, I just want to know how you think this game is going to go, Kurt, because there's been a lot of first half unders everybody's hitting. Then the game goes over back and forth. How does this game play out before you start giving us some winners?
So not from a game style perspective, but I think it kind of it's kind of the same distance as the Duke game was last night. Like where Kansas is just in control like the entire game. Like Miami's within striking distance, but they never really get that close. Maybe like within four, that's best. That's how I think it'll go. I think Kansas would have to play very bad to lose this game. Even though I love Miami, I owe them everything because they've won me so much money these past 3 weeks. But I just think that's how it'll go. I think Kansas will control it the entire game. They have more depth. They have more talent. And they have the guards that can match up with Miami guards. You know, Miami guards, they've got this far because they have three-headed goat at the guards. You know, you got three guys who can handle the ball and make plays. And now Kansas has three guys who also do that, but also can defend a little bit better than Miami's guards can. So I think that's how it'll go. From a DFS perspective, I'm going to be once again on Jordan Miller, Wong, McGusty. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go light on him again. And I hope it doesn't burn me like it did the other day. But that's how I'm going to rank. I'm going to go Miller, Risky Wong. He's obviously the most volatile. Charlie Moore, the steady as they come guy, and a revenge game for Charlie Moore. It was interesting there for me. He made my main build. It was super early, but I love that revenge narrative, and I couldn't quite get to McGusty, so I just landed on Moore. Kansas, I really like Jalen Wilson. I'm, of course, going right back to Remy. He'll probably be the most popular on the slate, I imagine. Agbaji and Braun, I'm not calling him Brown. Deal with it. I'm going to be light on them. So I'm going to go Jalen Wilson, Remy, my favorite two Kansas. And I'm going to sprinkle in McCormick because I just think eventually he could have a big game if he doesn't foul.
That was pretty quick and pretty simple. I mean,
that's all I am, baby.
I mean, yesterday you did an hour show, and today we're going to do a 10-minute show because of you. I mean, slow down, pal. Tony, talk to me here. Is this thing going to go?
Kurt's not the talker.
Huh?
Kurt just picks winners. He's not the talker.
Right.
He does whatever he did before the show, whatever that movement was, and picks winners.
Seriously, it was gross, man.
Yeah.
Keep it in your. Stop it, Kurt. Seriously, man. I just told you I got up 30 minutes ago. I don't need to see that stuff this early. Tony, how does this game play? Like, what's the pace like here? Both these teams like to play with pace, but now you got Kansas just beating the hell out of people physically. How does this game go? I'm having a hard time reading it.
Yeah, I'm going to upset Holden here because I've been on Kansas the whole time. And we have Kansas, the last team left in our auction too. So I'm rooting for Kansas a little bit as far as that. But I never let that stuff impact what I do on a daily basis. And man, these Miami guards, I just don't want to fade guards in the tournament. They just look so good. And the ACC, people are talking about the ACC. I made fun of the Big Ten coming in. No Big Ten teams left. I love the SEC. No SEC teams left, but the ACC's left standing. Duke looks great. Carolina looks great. Miami's look great. So I'm going to ride Miami's guards a little bit. And not only do I think they cover, I think they went outright, much to the dismay of my Kansas auction team. I just think these guards are too much. And as far as Kansas, I love Jalen Wilson. I love Remy, but besides them too, I mean, Big Dave's going to get run off the court. It's terrible matchup for Big Dave. These other guys can match up. I mean, you got Braun, or however the hell you're supposed to pronounce it. What did you say?
Right there.
It's Brown, but you can call him Braun.
Yeah, I'll call him Braun like Kurt because I think Kurt's right.
It's fine.
And this other dude, Oche, or however you pronounce it.
Agbaji.
Yeah, Oche. I think these guys all match up good, and we got good pace. 147 total. I think we see points. Miami doesn't play D. They have all these guards. I think both teams score. I think it's a fun game with a lot of points. and great fantasy wise. So I got those 4 for Kansas. Obviously, Remy, I think, is still – Holden's been on this since the very first slate of the tournament, but he's just their best. Well, Jalen Wilson's probably slightly better, but they're both great plays at 6,700, 6,300. I mean, close to my first 2 guys in on my teams are the 2 Kansas guys because I think they crush. And then the Miami side, I mean, you just have these 5 guys that are going to play the whole game basically. And honestly, I like all of them. There's going to be great pace in the game. Charlie Moore would be my favorite, but even this Wardenberg that I made fun of early in the tournament looked great the other night. I just think these guys are good plays, and I don't really know how to rank them. I guess I would leave Wong last, I guess, but man, they're all so close. This is the hard part and why I like to play a couple teams during a slate like this, because I want to kind of mix and match these Miami guys a little bit to go with 2 of the Kansas guys, Jalen and Remy. Maybe you throw one of those other guys in there too, but the price tags on the other Kansas guys are a little tougher for me. So game's pretty simple, just like yesterday. I think we see a bunch of points in this game and a bunch of clear plays. I don't see any values, though, that I want to play in this game. Yesterday, Kurt had the call of the show, giving us a great value out of the gate that changed the whole slate at 3,300 or whatever the actual price was.
Isn't it kind of funny how you push me towards it, though? You push me, and I'm like, Roberts is the best. He's really good, and he'll sub for White or Carlton, but you had to push me towards it. But you did it.
That's why these shows get it done. We nudge each other in the right direction. As long as we don't do that tongue move that you did, and we're in good shape. And yeah, I mean, I think this game is great fantasy wise, though. I want a ton of pieces from this. And yeah, Miami outright, though, over Holden's Kansas Jayhawks.
Yeah, if you win that, I will not be hopping on the thing. That'll make me really sad.
I want to get a couple more things if you don't mind.
Yeah, please. Hey, I got a question before you give the couple more things, because this might lead you in a direction.
Okay.
Like the balance of your roster here. How many spots do you want to leave open for the North Carolina St. Peter's game? Or is this just jam everybody that we can get in here like we did with the North Carolina game the other night? Or does it need to be more balanced?
It's actually more balanced because you need all the value from the next game. And then you can also afford like Baycott, Manick, and Love. So like it's actually more of a 4-4, honestly. Wouldn't you say, Tony? I mean, that's what I'm at.
It's definitely not as clear. I mean, yesterday, the first thing I said when we started the show was these are the easiest slates. You just play the second game. You find a piece or two in the first game and print money. Yesterday, we didn't hit the total nuts, but we were close. Gavin hit the nuts in the 222. I don't know. Those are the slates where we had everything you needed. We easily could have shipped. We were right there, made a bunch of money. Today, it's a little trickier, though, because the Carolina pieces, as we get into that game too, are great pieces too, because they're also going to play 40 minutes in a great matchup versus St. Peter's. So it is a little harder. And then the clear-cut value of the slate is obviously the St. Peter's guys. So it's not near as easy as yesterday, DFS-wise.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a little tricky too. And then you have to decide for yourself whether you think that first game of Miami, Kansas is going to be the up-tempo pace Miami wants to play, and Kansas can play that. Or does it go back to Kansas just trying to slug the hell out of
I don't think Kansas is going to have a choice, personally. I see Gavin in the chat saying he thinks Self slows it. I think Miami's guards always control the pace. I think Miami's guards will definitely control the pace. That doesn't mean Kansas won't win at that pace, though. They got great players, too, at that pace.
They like playing up-tempo.
Yeah.
But it just seems like the way it's gone so far, they slow you down and play Big 12 and beat you up pretty good, Kurt. So – all right, you had a couple things to say about that. You really have to sit down and figure out whether or not. Kurt, are you there? Yeah, you're just stoic, man. I thought you were frozen on the screen.
I was like, so all year I've kind of like I've watched a lot of Miami games, and like all year it's like, man, Wardenberg, like he's not like amazingly talented, but he's tall. His shot's beautiful. He can pass a little bit. He can board. He can get blocks. And it's like if he was just a little more aggressive, he'd be like really solid fantasy guy. And it's like, if we get that guy today again at 5,500, man, and he just got to be more aggressive because he actually brings that, like he can block shot. He can do all that stuff, man. That gives you a high ceiling.
He was freaking amazing in that last game.
Oh, year. I mean,
he was so good. He was throwing down fast break dunks and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, and his shots. Have you seen his shot? It's. I might even get better because he's so tall. But also, I want to take
Whitey shooters in March stands the test of time since I've been alive.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a Charlie Moore's 3-point prop over. Kansas isn't the best at defending the three. I think Charlie Moore will chuck a couple of his 40-foot threes. So I'm going to take over 1.5 on that.
1.5 threes is his only.
Yeah, and they're very, very susceptible.
I got to get on that. Let me see. Where's it at?
That's the one thing about Colorado. Everything's legal except for betting.
Really? You can't get on these player props?
No college player props, dude.
Those are the tastiest ones of all.
I know. It's like,
why? Why is that the illegal thing?
You can eat mushrooms here. You can have 10 trillion pounds of weed. You cannot bet college player props.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's absolutely awful.
That's where the line's cut.
You gotta draw a line somewhere.
The player props for college basketball is where it's at.
Hallucinogenics, legal. Player props for college, not legal. Actually, the mushrooms are
massage parlors, legal.
Oh my God, really?
I don't know if they're really legal.
Well, no one knows what goes on in there.
Yeah, that's always interesting, isn't it? Like you'll go through an interesting part of town, you go, oh, massage, that's $69 for, oh yeah, that must be legit.
Yeah.
And then you stop by one. So Kurt, anything else you want to talk about with this game? Because again, it's just tough for me. Because you guys, it could be an up-tempo battle. I think at some point in time, this thing just slows down and they beat the hell out of each other. But that's just me, Kurt. So how many guards are we talking about? Two guards here for Miami. Make sure you get Remy in there.
Yeah, I'm rolling on. I'm trying to pick between two Miami guys, and then Remy, and then Jalen, or mostly Jalen. But I'm gonna probably mix that up to Remy and someone else, but most likely Jalen.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one. All right, like button, subscribe to bottom right-hand corner. Just an amazingly fun March Madness. We're still waiting for that buzzer beater. And I hopefully, geez, man, could you imagine if that happens today? Let's get a little buzzer beater action. That would be wonderful. So we'll move on to game number 2. And that would be St. Peter's and UNC. The Peacocks plus 8.5. The total here, it's a healthy 10 points lower than the first game. It's 137, Kurt. So you don't worry about the betting side. You worry about the daggum players. And that's what we need here. So who do we want to do? Can Love do it back-to-back games? And how much, which value plays are we getting from St. Peter's today? That's the real question, because that opened everything up for us again 2 days ago.
I mean, they made it tough with Love. I mean, they made him 6,500. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to even consider fading because it's 6,500. I mean, obviously, he's been one of the streakier guys the past 2 seasons, but man, making 6,500 is tough to be like, man, I'm going to get cute and fade. So definitely going to be on some Love. If you want to get weird, you can sprinkle in Davis. Baycott is easy to get to. Manic's easy to get to. I'm going to them. I'm not going to play Leaky Black. He's going to be my pool, but I'm not playing him on a main team. Doesn't feel necessary. And I just talked about every single player that mostly plays for North Carolina. So there's that.
Well, hold on. Who's your top 2? Love and Baycott?
Yeah. Well, it could be Love and Manic, but the Baycott's so easy to fit. It's got to be Love and Baycott. It's pretty cut and dry. But Manic, don't sleep on Manic.
Okay. I like Manic too.
St. Peter's is a little bit more tricky. I'm going to rank it. I like Matthew Lee because he's below 4K now, and he missed some shots. He's their assist king, so it kind of gives you that nice floor if he's not hitting shots. Kind of like last game, I think he hit like 2 shots, maybe 2 of like 8. And then he still got there, And then at second, I'm going to go Banks because I'm still liking Banks. It's a high tempo game. He's up sub 5K. He's the shot leader. So I want the shot and assist leader, basically. So I want Banks.
The shot and the assist leader.
Well, he's not both, but I want the shot king and Banks, and then assist king and Lee. And then I want to throw in Eddard and Drame, the good Drame.
All right. So can you just slow down for a second and just rank the guys in order real slow? Not too slow, but just at a medium pace.
Boy, I'm going to go Lee because he's cheapest.
Leaky? Okay. Yep.
Lee. Matthew Lee.
I know.
I was like, God, not Leaky. And then I'm going to go Banks because he can get hot at sub 5K. I'm going to go Doug Eddard because he actually missed some shots too. I feel like he could have a better ceiling than Drame. And then Drame last.
And then Drame last. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm still going to have the other Drame in my pool, but absolutely not a main play.
Okay. So good. Tony, why don't you start with the North Carolina side, because they just got a lot of height. They got a lot of big size advantage in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about this tournament. When you get to this point, these rotations are just set in stone almost. Yep. There's not a lot to break down. Even for me, I didn't follow college most of the season until the tournament, and these teams are just super cut and dry. Carolina wants to play 5 dudes, although Puff Johnson did. First of all, he looks exactly like Cam Johnson. When I seen him the other night, I was like, these dudes are twin. And then I watched Puff play, and he is not near as good as Cam Johnson. But still, he's 3,200 on these slates where you need to get different. I mean, no one's going to play him because he's just not that great and doesn't play a bunch of minutes. Even the last game, I felt like he played a lot, and he only played 11 minutes. You have to get different. Like, everyone sees these same guys. You can't just run out the dead obvious 6K range with Love and the Kansas guys. And you're just not going to ship doing that. So you got to find something a little bit different. I think Puff Johnson could be sneaky, even in, like, if this game was to somehow blow out. People are assuming it won't because St. Peter's has been good, but who knows? I mean, they could easily run out of steam and Carolina just to completely destroy them. So I don't know. He's a little sneaky play at 3,200. And one other route that I think you could go, and I don't think many people will do this, is to fade St. Peter's completely. All these cheap dudes that have no upside, like, everyone's going to want 1 or 2 of these pieces because they're just so cheap. I mean, Matty Lee, 3,900. He's a starting point guard, and he's 3,900. But the flip side to that is he's not great with the upside. I mean, last game, 30 minutes, 13 fantasy points, 18 before, 14, 24. Granted, I know he's cheap. We always talk about if they're cheap, you don't need that much from them. But we need to be different on a 2-game slate, and none of these guys I'm excited about. Like, everyone's just plugging them in because you need value to make the rest of your team work. I'm telling myself, what if I just don't play these guys and I go a different route? And even if that means playing like Leaky at 5,500 or whatever his price is, 50, I don't know, how much is he? 5,300. Playing Wardenberg at 5,500, going routes like that, even playing Puff Johnson, like I said, at 3,200 to get a fully different team. No one's going to fade St. Peter's. I always try to figure out how I can be different. I think that might be it. None of these dudes look like upside guys to me. They could all get 20, but they could also get 12, and you don't need that in your team. So I might go a little different route here. And you know what? The only St. Peter's guy that I think would make you different is Rupert at 3,200, where he looked good last game. And I still think he'll be lower owned than like Lee and basically all these dudes. Banks, I think they'll all get more ownership. And the thing about playing Rupert or Puff or both even is it gets you a completely different build and you can play whoever you want. So, like usual, I'm trying to find a different route. I think that's going to be my route today, not playing these obvious St. Peter's players.
Kurt, how many is too many in this? Let's talk about St. Peter's and UNC real quick, because that's the, hey, this is how we get different in this build. So how many St. Peter's do you think you'd jam in? Would you go 2-3? Would you go 2-3 with North Carolina?
I don't want more than 2 St. Peter's, but I want to go kind of along with what Tony said, just to give you some different options. First of all, they're going to need Rupert size again out there, especially if Indefo's going to be fouling and stuff. So they're going to need a size. So I understand that. And I love Puff. I'm not going to play him, but I love Puff as a player. I mean, I played that guy when Leaky was questionable a couple of weeks ago. And I was like watching his high school tape and stuff and dug really deep. I like Puff as a player. I think he'll be really good next year for like a role player. And also along his way, talking about not playing St. Peter's guys, if you want to play the cheaper guys in the higher total game, Mitch Lightfoot's there. If someone gets in foul trouble, Mitch Lightfoot's 3,400. He could get there. We've seen him have 30-point games randomly. And then also Walker Miller never gets in foul trouble. But if he does, Anthony Walker is the poor man's Jawan Roberts today. I mean, the guy is a little bit all over the place, but he can get it done. If anything happens to Miller or Wardenberg, if they get in foul trouble, Walker could crush. That's if they get in foul trouble, because if not, then Larry Nagel, we're not giving minutes hardly. So those are two cheap guys you could go to get off the St. Peter's chalk, like what in Tony's path. But yeah, just two St. Peter's for me. They play too many guys to play like three, to risk playing three.
Yeah. Man, it's tough to trust Abaji at this point too, isn't it? I mean, I'm looking at his price, 7,800. Ever since
FanDuel,
Remy came back, the ceiling is.
Play him on FanDuel. On FanDuel, you can do it.
FanDuel today?
He's cheap.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, he like talent-wise, before the tournament, he was a lottery pick, right?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I think the problem with the two Kansas guys, Brown, however you freaking said,
Brown and Abaji is Remy.
It is and Jalen Wilson. So the other two guys were the best players most of the season, but right now, Remy and Jalen are better players, and they're just cheaper. So. I do think that's another way to get different, though, is fade Remy, play one of those more expensive guys. Just little stuff like that is the way you win a tournament. You don't go in and win a tournament by playing Jalen and Remy and then go to the next game, play St. Peter's, play Love, like play another. Like, that's not how you win a tournament. That's how you play cash games. But you got to figure out something a little different to get to the top of these boards.
No question. You got any picks on this one, betting wise, Tony?
I like Carolina, but St. Peter's just keeps beating me. In my head, I just look at the matchups. Carolina's playing as good as anyone. I just don't see how they don't finally break the doors off this St. Peter's team. But I love Purdue the other day too, and they lost outright and looked terrible doing it. I definitely think St. Peter's run ends today, though, and I think it ends in a big way. I think Carolina wins by 20.
20.
Yeah, I think they put them down a little bit here. Everyone wants the Carolina Duke matchup. I think I just can't see not getting that matchup at this point.
Hey, Kurt,
the only thing that would make sense is that friggin' Duke runs so good, and then somehow they bink the St. Peter's Final Four matchup.
Kurt, you're not a big bettor, but how do you see today's game playing out? Second one.
I think UNC can cover, but I have two props. I'm gonna go Drame over 5.5. He kind of couldn't do much inside with the Purdue Giants there, and even though Baycott's a solid defender, big guy, I think he can get 6 points for us. And then I'm debating on Banks over 1.5 threes. I don't love it, but I think I might sprinkle in like a half a unit on it.
Oh God, not the half unit. The show was going so good, and then you fire in a half unit.
I came
in and said, I'm going 2 unit bet.
Yeah, today. Holden says 2 units today, and then you say I'm going a half unit.
UNC is good at defending the 3, but I think Banks is going to chuck today, so I don't know how it's going to pan out.
Half unit is not the tongue move. Half unit is the opposite.
I want to give some more action. I just don't want to. That's my least favorite play. So
half unit is after the gym sitting on your face, so don't do it. Go full. Go full. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? It's gross. Pungent. Yeah, so anyways, like button would be great. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. Got the NASCAR show coming up next. We got a lot going on. So Tony, let's just pump up what's going on here at Run Pure Sports, Run Pure Bets. You know what? Start with the bet side too, because my guys, we got to give them more love all the time. They so deserve it. Keg's got his NASCAR show. He's doing the NASCAR with me today. I think Coop is stopping by too. Every single sport. PGA, you guys are crushing it, especially on the bet side too. Talk to me about the bet side a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I used to pride ourselves on the PGA. I still think we got the best PGA team all the way around. But then you talk about NASCAR like you did. No one knows NASCAR more than Keg and Coop. You sign up for his package and you get the whole race. They're live betting. They're doing all the goods. They pick winners. It feels like every single freaking week. Perfect time to sign up for that. I just love the niche sports. We got the new NASCAR guy too, posted his article. Jason, I'm pretty sure is his name. Great article for free. Everyone watching this show for free, go read the article at Run Pure for free. It breaks down the NASCAR race, Core 4 today. But yeah, I see Dunkel's got a bet up on the bet side on this sheet. I'm putting my full card like usual, see if we can repay it. Yeah, just like yesterday, run it back with a bunch of winners. But just tons of stuff. My favorite part of Run Pure is just how many talented people we got from top to bottom, all sports, everything one price. Saber Sim Optimizer. I know people think I'm just talking it up because it's my site, but it's not the way it is. I believe in our team. I use it for all my stuff, and golf is going to be just a total printer today. We had I got a bunch of 404 left. And I can't even beat a member. There's a member that's going to take down the 200K, and he's got me blocked. So, yeah, I can't win. But like always, I'm thrilled that the person beating me is a member. And I am very, very confident in all sports, but especially the niche sports, golf, NASCAR, all that kind of Euro League for Kurt. I mean, it's in all seriousness, though. Like, you're getting Euro League. I don't think a lot of people play it, but who knows? Maybe on a Tuesday you want to gamble a little bit. Kurt's getting you winners. Everything's one price. You don't have to pay extra for this stuff. Other sites are getting you for $100 for F1, $500 for NASCAR. All of it's one price. No reason not to sign up. And you're going to have fun doing it too. And we're not just picking winners. We're having some fun.
I was going to ask Kurt exactly what he does here. But then you do a college basketball show with him. You learn he knows stuff over in Europe. It's just amazing, Kurt.
He's been doing more and more, too. He's finding his footing.
I like it.
Yes. He's even got a computer now, Holden. He did the first, 20 shows from a cell phone.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
You really did your shows? I mean, you couldn't
on the couch. Like, he would literally sit on his couch and hold his cell phone like this.
That's awesome.
From the concrete, a rose grew, baby. From the concrete. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. So your next thing is to buy a microphone.
Yes.
And a muzzle.
Actually,
so
see what happened with eight pieces. He was giving me his hand-me-down mic.
Yeah, get a new one.
I don't think he got a new one yet. So
you need to get a new one. Just go buy it and send it.
I'm going to send Kurt a microphone right after this show.
This is so many good things. And I'm going to send your ass a muzzle so that tongue stays where it belongs. Yeah. Don't stick that thing out anymore. Seriously, dude. I'd woken up very. I don't like you, Kurt. Actually, I love you. You're great. You guys do great work. Like button on the way out. 2 great games. And I don't know what we're doing. We got to do something for the Final Four, right? I don't know.
Oh, of course we've already run it out. We'll be done. I'm another 2-game show, and then we'll probably even do a showdown I'm sure the Monday showdown will be big. We're running it out now, Holden. We've done a show every slate. It's not stopping now.
I just want another Thursday, Friday, sit on my couch all day and watch basketball. But I guess I got to wait for a year.
You're going to have to wait till next March, and you better be at my house next time.
Yeah, next year. I mean, it's got to happen too. There's no more excuses at this point. Although, what if I just hopped in a plane, stopped by Hoop's house, said hi to him and his wife, and then came down to Cincinnati, said hi to you? Like, would that?
I mean, you might not be welcome in their house anymore after you booted her off the show.
There's no question. Apparently, there's
you got to smooth that over.
And then we started.
You might have to get Kurt to show you a few things to smooth that situation over.
I was in a no-win situation there. You just don't understand. It was a no-win situation.
It was hilarious. She came out and it was just.
She was very hurt. Her feelings were hurt.
Yeah, she was, and she was laughing so hard. They went back and watched it the next day, and Hoop was just like, they were dying. She's like, "You're right. I should never be on TV again." All right, guys. I'll be back for the NASCAR show in 20 minutes at the top of the hour. Keg stopping by. Coop, not Hoop. Coop is stopping by. Kurt, wonderful to see you, kind of. Tony, as always, great to see you. I'm Holden. Simon is out of here.